Hi guys, Gemma insisted that we make a video tonight. Even though I started a diet today, I'm weak from lack of calories, and everybody's already seen the video of the lady who said that you should sit out of the shark's house or you're gonna get et. So really, I can't come up with anything better than that. But to appease the child, we're gonna do a simple, quick, just basic contour and highlight. Nothing else. I'm not gonna put any color on my face. I know, it's hard to believe because I really do usually like to be a sparkly peacock, but I work today and I work tomorrow and I work the day after that, and so really the best we can do is just to contour and highlight today. So Gemma is going to be my assistant and hand me things, and the first thing you can hand me is that container of brushes right there.
Here?
And then the one next to it. Excellent, excellent work. And then I might need a few out of there.
Here?
Just hand me the whole container. Good job. Okay, first we have to stop looking like we're dead, so we need a little foundation. I'm gonna put on a full coverage foundation because it's been a full coverage kind of day. I'm gonna use my dome brush from silk finish brush from Zoeva, however you want to say it. I don't really know. They're German, however German people would say that. That's how we'll do it. And we're gonna just throw on a little foundation just to have a nice palette for our highlighting and contouring. We apparently are gonna need another little squirt of that. I did have on mascara earlier, so my under eye area might be a little darker than usual, but like I said, this is quick and dirty highlight and contour with a little blush, because you can't really highlight and contour without blush. Gemma, can you take my Real Techniques sponge and wet it in the sink and then squeeze all the water out?
Sure, Mommy. First, I need to get your bag out.
This is why people have interns, because it's fabulous to have extra help. She can go over there and wet my sponge, and it'll be fantastic. I have a little left on my hand, so I'm gonna throw it on there somewhere. All right, and just because I did have a color on my lips earlier, and we really don't want a color to distract from what's going on,
Here, it might be a little.
squeeze it out. I'm going to put on just a really light lipstick.
Can I?
Can you help me put on lipstick? No, I can do that by myself.
Okay. Here you go.
All right.
And she also made an alligator video and a brush.
I did not make an alligator video. I took pictures of the alligators when we went to the swamp. It's not quite a video. If you want to make a video about the alligators, maybe we can. But that will be for another day, not today.
I meant with the alligator makeup, when you put on makeup.
I had on alligator makeup? When
No.
was that?
I meant when you talked about the alligators.
Yes, I did make a video where I talked about going to the swamp, and the swamp was fantastic. We had an awesome time. We loved the swamp. We thought it would be full to brimming with mosquitoes, and it was not. It was just so much fun. We had a fabulous time. Now I'm gonna use this super cheap, super inexpensive. Everything is inexpensive, not cheap. Wet n Wild's Color Icon, supposedly bronzer. I really use it more for like a kind of a finishing powder with a tiny bit of color in it. So if I want a finishing powder with a tiny bit of color, this is the way that I go. And I'm just gonna kind of put that everywhere. Going in the direction of any little fine hairs and things that you have on your face. Yes, this one sheds too. I know. Alright, now just to get my eyebrows out of the way, because they're in my way, I'm just going to take a little brow gel and a little brow pencil and just kind of fill them in just a tiny bit so they won't be horrible and distracting. Because right now I feel like they're horrible and distracting.
And at the mall they have really cool watch necklaces.
They do. They have very cool watch necklaces at the mall where we bought our purse. What was that? O Purse?
Oh.
That was the name of that place? O Purse? Where we got our purse that you can pick out the color of the body of the purse and you can put different inserts in it. And it was fantastic. And then you can also get a bunch of watch necklaces.
Yeah.
So that you can, I don't
and
know.
watches.
So apparently that's back. I didn't know that was back.
And watches on purses.
We're all going to start listening to Belle Biv DeVoe songs again as well. I'm sure that comes right after the watch necklaces.
And if you want to go to the swamp, it's just telling you it's just really far.
You thought the swamp was really far? I didn't think it was that far. The swamp was in Slidell. The Honey Island swamp is in Slidell. I don't think that is that far at all. Just little gels to set it and keep them in place. Very simple, basic,
Well, it's
just
not really,
a little bit filled in brows. Nothing dramatic there.
It's not really far, but it is a little bit far.
You thought it was a little far? I really didn't think so. I thought we got there pretty quick. Now, the next thing I usually do is I will go ahead and lay in a little bit of the contour color. I always do that one first. Depending on what color you are, you can use a lot of different things. A lot of different people contour with all kinds of products. Bronzers. If you're gonna use a bronzer, use a really, really matte bronzer. You don't really want a sparkly contour. You want your contour to be pretty sparkle free. I am a relatively pale person, and so shadows on my face would not be brown. Shadows on my face would be dirt colored. Really very, very taupey. So I use a color that looks like this. Let's see if we can get it to, yeah. It looks basically like that, like dirt. And that is actual shadow color for me. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the brush that I told you that I don't like that sheds. The Sigma tapered face brush. Sigma's probably gonna leave me a nasty gram at some point saying, stop talking about the brush that you don't like.
Mommy, where did you get the phone case?
I got the phone case from Korea.
Oh yeah. Can I show it on the camera?
All right, hang on. So what you're gonna do is just kind of brush a little bit, and you know what, you can even use a tinier brush if you want to. You can use a brush as small as this if you want to get right in your contour. You can also use a flat top brush like this. I actually bought this whole set, stop please. I actually bought this whole set of Sonia Kashuk brushes just to get this one. And it's kind of my favorite right now. So let's use that one instead. Wow, that was a lot of powder on there. We're gonna fix that though, if we can. It may be beyond fixing, let's see. Almost nothing is beyond fixing. If you blend it enough, you can use it, make it work.
And Mommy has a really cool phone case.
I do have a cool phone case. It's this is my Sailor Moon phone case. Gemma wants you to see it. And I got a text, because you always get a text while you're doing something. And there's fireworks. You can probably hear those in the background. Because rednecks love fireworks. And they can't wait until, they cannot be held to just the 4th of July. We have to start tonight. We'll do them tomorrow night. There'll be some left over the night after that. Those of us who have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, we're not worried about you. We need to shoot our fireworks and drink our beer. Maybe not necessarily in that order. I think sometimes you drink the beer first and then shoot the fireworks. I am a nurse actually, and I worked in a pediatric ER.
She works for babies.
I work with babies now, but I worked in a pediatric ER, and I'm not the biggest firework fan. Because to me, a firework holiday is just a day full of injuries. I know, I'm kind of a party pooper. I really believe that fireworks should be saved for pyrotechnic experts, and everybody else should just watch them like at Disney World.
Yes.
Now, I do have to say that contour is a little hard to see on camera as well. That's going to be the other thing that we're going to fight with a little bit as I kind of blend this in and just look dirty. This side looks a little better. See how you kind of get that sharp little go in there? You just really want to blend, let's just be honest, blend the shit out of it until it blends in with
I'll be right back.
a little bit more. And this is a lesson in don't be heavy-handed on your first pass with very concentrated products, because then you have to spend all this time getting a nice line. Which I think I might kind of have now. I think that might be where I want to be right now. Now, if you do things like contour your nose or other parts of your face, you want to use a much smaller brush for that. You know, kind of a this size brush to get right in here from the edge of your eyebrow down the side of your nose. The edge of your eyebrow and down the side of your nose. You might want to do the little tip if you think that you need that. You can also put a tiny shadow under your bottom lip, and it will make your lip look a little pouty. And I usually just take whatever is left on my brush. Obviously I've been a little heavy-handed today, but whatever is left on my brush and do my jawline, because I have, I'm not a skinny girl, and I have not a lot of jaw definition, so I like to bring out a little more jaw definition.
And I also do sometimes fashion designs.
You do? Show your fashions, please, while I buff this out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and buff it out around my nose as well. Okay, scoot over. Scoot over, fashion designer. The next thing I would do, excuse me, is if you're gonna use a little bit of bronzer, real bronzer, shiny bronzer that has a little bit of sparkle in it, you would put that only where the sun is gonna hit you. I actually have two. I think I'm gonna use the non-sparkly one. I know I'm so non-sparkly tonight. It's not like me at all. I'm gonna use the non-sparkly one. I'm gonna take, ooh, I don't know, I can't decide. I'm gonna take this size brush, get a little matte bronzer on there, tap off the brush like I forgot to do the first time. And now only hit the planes where the sun would actually hit you, which will be right above this other line of bronzer. We're not trying to make that shadow bronze. We're trying to put some bronzer where bronzer would hit you. It would also kind of hit you right around the hairline here. Maybe a little bit down the middle of your nose. That would probably be the extent of bronzer for me, because I'm not a super bronze person, and it looks kind of silly if I put a whole lot. So I'm not going to do much more than that.
Can I also help put on makeup too?
Can you help put on makeup too? Well, you're observing today because you're an apprentice. So you are in observation mode. Now, for highlight, let's do blush first. I'm gonna take a small blush brush, which is my Luxe Cheek Finish from Zoeva. And I'm gonna take Warm Soul, which is a MAC Mineralized Blush. Whenever I don't know what blush goes with a look, I kind of end up with Warm Soul. She's pouting now because I told her that she was an intern. Everybody cannot be the star of the show immediately. Sometimes you have to pay your dues, right? You have to be an intern. You are an understudy at this moment. You can't just waltz on up in here and be in charge. You're still learning. Come watch. All right, so put a little bit of Warm Soul on where, and I didn't go very far into the apples of my cheek. I kind of did it on top, right above where that bronzer is. So we're kind of like making like a layer cake here. We have our bottom layer, which is our contour color, maybe a little bit of bronzer if you want it, then a little bit of blush, and we're gonna sweep that back into our hairline, especially mine because it's very visible. So I'm gonna sweep that back into that hairline, and you can see I kind of have the illusion of a chiseled cheekbone here, especially when I smile. It kind of pulls them out a little bit. I'm gonna highlight with, it's gonna be a shiny highlighter. I'm gonna use Whiteout by Shiro Cosmetics. This is an indie brand. Not everybody there are mass-produced brands of makeup and there are indie makeups, and I use both. And so I'm gonna take actually a small brush, and I said I would talk about this thing last time, and I am gonna talk about it a little bit. It's the Vera Mona Color Switch. I'm gonna make sure I have all of that dark color out of my brush for sure. And then it's just a little fluffy brush like that. I tapped out a little into my cap. I'm gonna get that on there, and then I don't know what color this is gonna turn out, and I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera. Oh, it looks really good. I like this as a highlight. I don't think I've ever used it as a highlight. I've only used it as an inner corner color on the inner corner of my eyes. Put a little down the center of my nose and a little in the Cupid's bow, which I always do. Center nose, a little bit center of the forehead there, and kind of blend that out. Boy, I'm heavy-handed tonight. Whew, not usually this bad. I just am dying to put some color on. I can't stand it. So I'm heavy-handed with the couple of colors I've allowed myself. I'm gonna just put a little bit of this in my inner eye area, very haphazardly. I usually do it much more controlled, but just to give a little highlight to that area. And then I will, just because I look kind of silly without anything going on my eyes, I will take a crease brush like this one, a little fluffy crease brush, and I'm gonna take my bronzer color, which is that NYC Sunny. I'm gonna take that, tap off the excess, and just use that as a eyeshadow color, because everything can work for two purposes. You don't have to have a lot of products to do a few things. I'm basically using 4 products today: a blush, a bronzer, a highlighter, and a contour. And I've used like 3 brushes. See, now she insisted that I had to do this tonight when I was tired and have been at work, and where is she now? She's gone. She's left me. All right. Some mascara, because we have to have some lashes. It's just, I can't without the lashes. Gemma! Gem, do you want to come back? And I'm really just doing upper ones because I already have a little bit of darkness going on under my eyes. What is the matter, my little pouty girl? What's wrong? What do you want to do? Well, baby, you are helping me. You showed your fashions and we talked about the swamp. That was lots of help.
I want to help do the makeup too.
Well, you know what? You can come buff out this contour a little bit. Would you like to come do that?
No.
Well, come on. People are waiting. You take this big brush, okay, and you're gonna buff it in right there. Okay? There you go. Here, hold it, yeah, hold it a little further back. And look, see what we wanna do is we wanna keep our color above here, okay? This is like an imaginary line. So we don't wanna brush down, we wanna do circles up. Okay, can you do that? Good job, up, circles up. Excellent work. Okay, come do the other side. Start right here where this darker color is and circles up. You can do it a little harder if you want. Circles up. That is a very good job. I think you did good. Would you like to put a little highlighter on me right here and right here with this brush?
Mm-hmm.
All right, will you do that? Right there, yeah, okay, not in my eye. Not in my eyeball, excellent. Now let's do the other side. Good, now go straight down the middle of my nose with the brush. Now, like this, look. Right down the middle, do that. Okay, good job. Now, I'll get one more color and I'll let you put some on my eye. How about that? Mm-hmm. Look, this brush already has a little bit of brown in it. Let me show you how it works, okay? You get right in there and you do this. Now don't hurt mommy's eye. You do the other one, okay? All right, now what you have to try and do, if you have to hold it a little closer, hold it a little closer. You want to be very controlled about where you put your color. You don't be swiping it all over. So try this eye and hold it way down here. This is a MAC 217 in case you're interested. Only in the crease. Good job. Let me see this. So we basically ended up with an all brown face, which is interesting and different for me, but it kind of showed you at least where all the colors go. If this was not my most fantastic application of highlight and contour, it at least shows you where it should be. Jem, should I put on a brighter lipstick just because this nude lipstick is kind of makeup colored? Should I put on a brighter lipstick? What color do you think I should put on? Should I put on blue because it's the 4th of July? Or blue doesn't really go with brown, does it? Oh, brick would be a pretty color, wouldn't it? What is this? Okay, this is Dose of Colors Brick. It's really pretty.
I was thinking of this one.
Toledo is very red. Let's go with the bricky one. It's a little browner.
You're putting it over the other?
Yeah.
Wouldn't get on the brush?
It's dry.
Oh. Mommy, where'd you get this box?
I got that box from Tuesday morning.
Can you get me one?
I have more.
You have more?
It was a set of 3.
Could you give me one?
Yep.
Thanks, Mommy.
Some people would get a lip brush and do this right. I think we've all realized now that I'm not some people.
And Mommy has a lot of lipstick and makeup. A lot.
I'm lazy people is what I am, and so I'm doing it as good as I can for you guys right now.
And she also has to put one in, some of them in a little makeup box.
Yes, because I bring some things to my friends at work, right?
Mm-hmm. And she also put some in this black box. Right here.
What black box? Oh, that's a train case. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't take that out. That's a train case. So see, brick is a little more, just gives a little more something something. So basically that is just a contour and highlight video as close as I can get to it. I really did just really contour my eyes by using a contour color in the crease. And you could go back with your highlight brush, which was, I believe this little guy, and hit right up here, right in the arches. I might have a little bit left on this one. And just highlight just at the tip of your eyebrow. I do like to do that sometimes as well, just to kind of give that a little shine and a little something. So that's your basic highlight and contour. You're going to contour basically right here, or find your cheekbone and go right under it. Right under your cheekbone. If you put any bronzer, it's going to go right on your cheekbone where the sun would hit you. You take your blush kind of from the middle and sweep up in a C motion into your hairline, kind of like that. And then you're going to put your highlighter right here. Everybody's going to adapt it for their own face, but that's basically what's going to happen is you're going to highlight right here, maybe a little bit right under your brow, possibly a little bit in the forehead, right down your nose, Cupid's bow. Some people do their chin. I don't usually do my chin. I do like that little shadow trick though under your lip. I do that one a lot. So that is just quick and dirty highlight and contour. 28 minutes, I'm not sure how quick that was. Dirty it was, but quick, I'm not so certain. And that contour just doesn't want to go away. That is one thing with highly pigmented products, is that you really should use a light hand to start rather than having to go back in later. And one thing that you can do if things just go awry and you feel like it just doesn't look like you need it to, you can take a little beauty blender sponge and just blend it out just a little bit. But with some of these taupey kind of colors, it gets hard. It's not gonna look, if you get a little heavy-handed, you're gonna look dirty. And so I may look slightly dirty, I apologize. But you can, at least it's overemphasized for the video so you can really see where the color should go. But that's it. That's really all that there is to contouring and highlighting. You can do this with, you can do it with creams, you can do it with powders, you can do it with concealers. You can just get really 2 concealers of different colors. I don't think I have a dark enough one, but especially the concealers that come with the wand. And then you can take your light one and just wand everywhere where you want light colors, and take your dark one and just go in everywhere where you want darker colors, and then blend it all in with your sponge or your blending brushes. And that's a pretty easy and quick way to do a natural looking contour as well.